Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. So I was looking through my collection. I was going to say recently, but I tend to do it fairly regularly. And I noticed that I had quite a few polishes that I was coming across where I thought, oh, I remember getting this and how much I wanted it at the time, but then maybe just wearing it once and kind of not forgetting about it because I knew that I had it, but just not reaching for it. So it's that kind of feeling where you've got a polish in your collection that was so hyped and you had to have it, but then the hype just disappeared and it kind of, it's not, it's for some reason it just doesn't seem to be worn as much as you expected it would be when you bought it. So I've got 10 to show you here that I'm calling hyped then wiped because you kind of wiped it from your memory. And the first one that I've got to show you, this was a very hyped up polish. This was when I very first started watching YouTube, and there was a summer where Illamasqua was talked about quite a bit. I realised it was a British brand and that I could just walk into Selfridges in Manchester. I know they're not in all Selfridges, but they actually have a stand there in Selfridges in Manchester, so I was able to just walk in. And I bought a couple. I bought a couple at full price from the Illamasqua stand. So I'll swatch Harim. I think this is one of the two or three that I picked up at the time. And I remember wearing it. And I'm not really a pink person or a lilac person, but this is definitely a kind of blue toned lilac-y pink. And I just remember wearing it. I've worn it a few times actually. It is down to probably about here. But just not as much as I expected I was going to. It's a fantastic formula. This is the watermelon nail art that I did. It's gone a bit wonky, but I did that video earlier today. Yeah, I love this polish. It's such a beautiful, unusual, noticeable pink, and it's a pink that kind of suits my skin tone. I think it's going to the sort of pink that would suit most people's skin tone, actually. I absolutely loved it, and I do not reach for it, especially in this kind of summer months. I don't reach for it as much as I thought I would. So I do kind of forget that I've got this sometimes. I should pull it out more often. I can't believe I've still got the sticker intact. In fact, I might put some clear polish over that while I remember. But yes, that's Illamasqua Harim. That's my first hyped and wiped. Then I've got a couple of OPIs. These were both very popular at the time. These are kind of hyped on YouTube. This is My Pal Joey, which is from the Hello Kitty collection. And this one, I wonder if anyone can recognise it, is, and I've mentioned it a few times actually, My Dog Sled is a hybrid, which was from the, oh, I should have done my research before I did the video. It was from, I think, 2015 Nordic collection, that was it. And it's one of the greens that kind of switched me on to greens being a fabulous nail polish colour. It's a great formula, and it's kind of like a dusky jade. That's what Dog Sled is to me. And My Pal Joey, again, brilliant formula. And lots of people talked about this polish as being a bit of a standout from that collection. And of course it did stand out because it wasn't one of the several pinks that were in this collection. I know there was a yellow and a black, but I think predominantly pinks. And then My Pal Joey, I think this is her boyfriend, like Hello Kitty's boyfriend, I'm not too sure. But these two polishes, absolutely lusted after both of them at the time, like separately, when I wanted them. This one was kind of like the polish of the year for me, I think it was 2015. And then this one came out, I think earlier, it was New Year, I think, last year. And beautiful, absolutely beautiful polishes. Nothing wrong with them whatsoever, but I just don't reach for them, forget that I have them, always feel disappointed when I come across them and think, I can't believe I've not worn this. In fact, I think I might have only worn this one maybe 2 or 3 times, like seriously, which is unbelievable because it's a favourite green of mine. But yeah, crazy. And my pal Joey, I think I liked at the time, but then I realised I've got so many of this type of blue that it just got lost in amongst the other types of these blue shades. So yeah, that's those three. And then I've got 3 Essies to show you. They're all kind of autumn shades. This one first this is from the Leggy Legend collection, and this is Bell Bottom Blues, and it's a beautiful blue, teal, silvery, colour shifting duochrome type of polish. It's gorgeous, and again I'll show you it's got a fabulous formula, but I forget that I've got it. I don't reach for it. I wanted it for so long. I didn't get it when the collection came out. I left it for quite a while, and then I came across it and was so excited about picking this one up. And I think I've worn it once. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and I don't know why I don't reach for it more often. But yeah, there it is. That's Bell Bottom Blues. And this one came out in the retro collection, and there was a lot of hype at the time. Because this is the re-promoted Starry Starry Night, which isn't the same formula as the original. It's a kind of inky blue, crelly, with silver glitters, and it's really pretty. I like it a lot. And I remember it being not so much hyped, but just talked about a lot. A lot of people were disappointed in this, but I think if you'd never had the original and you're not really that bothered about the comparison and you're just picking this up as a polish on its own, it's a beautiful, beautiful deep blue, and you can see all of the glitters are really pronounced in this. It's a fabulous formula, and I loved it at the time, wore it maybe once and just forgot that I had it, forgot that it was there, just didn't reach for it. So I'm pulling all of these polishes together in one video to remind me that there was a time when I would have cut my right arm off for one of these polishes that I was after at the time, and then I've just forgotten it. So I need to remember to pull them off the shelves again. And finally in this little trio is, you may have noticed this, this is Playing Coy, which came from, I think it was last autumn's collection or maybe the year before. And it's a very typical but beautiful autumn fall shade. It's a kind of burnt orange, but much more on the brown side. Now this is looking quite orange here, but there is a redness to it. There's a real depth to this shade. I do have an indie from Glitter Baby Nails that looks very similar actually to this shade, but it just looks like a kind of goldfish. So the Playing Coy. And I love it. It's not the best formula ever. It kind of levels out on 2 coats, but it's beautiful. I absolutely love it, and I don't reach for it, kind of forgotten about it. Need to make sure that I pull it out later this year, definitely. Maybe do some nail art with this. But that's those 3, and then finally I have 4 China Glaze. So this makes up the 10 hyped and then wiped polishes. 2 of them are from the same collection actually. Yeah, these 2 are from not last autumn but the autumn before, so 2016. The Great Outdoors collection, and this was a fabulous collection actually. I've got a few from this set. This is Sleeping Under the Stars, which is a beautiful dusty blue with heavy fuchsia shimmer, and this one, which is opaque in one coat, it's a kind of brown silvery metallic, and it's called Would You Wanna, and they're both beautiful, beautiful polishes, but forget that I have them, didn't wear them last autumn or New Year, and this is just every time I swatch this, I think, oh my god, I've got to wear this immediately. It's beautiful. It's kind of like a brown version of Rage, I guess. It's got that extra shimmer in there. It's beautiful, and one coat, like solid one coat. And this is Sleeping Under the Stars. And it's blue, but it's got this kind of dusky indigo. I'm wondering if the Northern Lights from OPI's recent collection is going to be similar. So that's Sleeping Under the Stars. Beautiful shimmer in that. Keep forgetting that I've got it and not wearing it. Yeah, sorry about that. The animals are going a little bit crazy with this tropical weather. Yeah, so if you have got Sleeping Under the Stars from China Glaze, and you've also got Turn on the Northern Lights from the Iceland collection, from the winter collection or autumn collection, from OPI, can you let me know if there's a comparison there? Do I need to get both? That's the real question. And then this one here was from the autumn collection last year. This is Combat Blues, and I think this was from the Rebel collection. And I remember swatching this and thinking, oh wow, it's an incredible matte. It's very uber matte. You have to work really quickly with it, but it levels out pretty well. The formula's not bad for a polish that's so matte. I mean, you'll see when it dries down just how matte this is, but it's not chalky, it's just smooth. I just love it. I love it, and I think I maybe wore it once, which was ridiculous. And this one here, which I still think was one of my favourite buys from last year because I left it for so long and then I managed to get it cheap online. I was so excited when I got it that I kind of dropped it and spilled a bit of it. So there's a real story behind this one. I think I've worn it once. Pearl Jamming, China Glaze. So why do I do this? Why do we do this? Do I need to keep these to one side and make sure that I wear them? Should I just try to remember that I've got them? They're all absolutely beautiful, and I lusted after them so much at the time. And it's not like I get them and then, oh, I don't need to worry about them anymore. I know that I've got them, but it's just I kind of wipe them from the part of my brain that says I have to pull these off the shelf and wear them. So have you got any polishes like this? Look, you can see Combat Blue's drying now into this beautiful matte blue, and it looks great. There's a very pronounced shimmer as well. If you put a top coat on this, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. All 10 polishes. I've managed to dink Harim quite badly. But yeah, I don't know why we do this. So do you have any hyped and then wiped polishes that you need to show a bit more love to, remember how much you wanted them at the time, and pull them off the shelf? Yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!